my pleasure to have a speech and share my idea here. And my name is Zhou Fangye, the scholar, research fellow of the National Institute of International Strategy, Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. No, ผมก็พูดภาษาไทยได้บ้างแต่ว่าที่นี่แหละก็รู้สึกว่ายากจนเหลือเกินแต่ไม่เหมือนกับบางคนที่ใช้ภาษาไทยก็อธิบายตนเองอย่างนี้ก็ขอใช้ภาษาอังกฤษดีกว่านะครับขอบคุณครับ My speech is the achievement of content and experience of China's development role. And at first, I want to just share a very short video with everyone. This is the video of the GDP of the top 10 countries in the world for 40 years. The trend. The USA is blue. Germany is brown. Japan is pink, and China, of course, is red. So you can see that the top is USA, and then you can see the red is China. In 1970s, China is still in the top 10, and then you will see that China suddenly disappeared. No, China, 9. Oh, disappeared. And then you can see that the first is USA, the second, the pink is Japan, and the third is brown, is Germany. Okay, China come back. This is the beginning of the reform and the opening up. And then you will see that China will very fast, the economics exchange very fast. Okay, still the second is Japan. You see, Japan has opportunity to just become the first, but okay, everyone knows what happened. Oh yeah. 1997. You see, Japan is very slow now. 21st century. Please look at the red is China. USA is still the first. 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing, and then everyone knows that the century become the China century. But okay, that is the centuries. This is the China speed. Oh, the data is come from the World Bank. And now, this is the first section is China's economic achievement in the past 40 years of the reform and opening up. First, China sustained and rapid economic development. From 1978 to 2017, China's rate of 9.3%, and China's GDP grew from 367 billion yuan to 82 trillion yuan, equivalent to about 12 trillion and 200 billion US dollars, becoming the second largest economy in the world. The proportion of China's total economy in the world has increased from 1.8 to 16%. Second, the overall improvement of the level of social development. In 1978, China's per capita GDP was 381 yuan, Chinese yuan, which was only 2 in 3 in India's per capita GDP in the same period. At that time, it was a typical low-income, poor country. In 2017, China's per capita GDP reached about nearly 9,000 US dollars, ranking among the upper middle income countries. In the past 40 years, Since reform and opening up, more than 700 million people have been lifted out of poverty in China. And this is the achievement of China by itself. And the third is how China influenced the world. China poured the world economic growth. In 1978, China's total import and export volume was 35 billion yuan. In 2017, China's total import and export volume reached 27 trillion yuan. That is about 782 times that of 1978. China's total import and export goods and services amounted for about 9.7% of the world total. In 2016, the scale of China's foreign direct investment had reached about 196 billion US dollars, and it was the second largest investor in the world. The proportion of China's foreign direct investment was about 10% of the world. One Belt, One Road. This is a very significant signals. Okay, in 2016, renminbi had been one of the SDR of the IMF. And from 2013 to 2016, the annual average contribution rate of China's final consumption to the world consumption grew as the first in the world. According to the constant dollar price, the annual average contribution rate in recent years could reach about 23%. The Chinese market has increasingly become an important driving force for global consumption growth. And now everyone knows what happened. China and the USA had begun the trade war. So we Chinese had just about 1 in 4 in the final consumption market. I don't think USA will be brave enough to just lost China's market. So I think something will change in the future. Okay, and this is achievement of China. And how China can just reach this kind of excellent, or even we can call it miracle achievement. And let us see history, the turning point. 1978, this is the meeting of Party Communists. And we just decided to just begin to reform and opening up. That is about 40 years ago. And then what happened next? This is 1978, the beginning of the China's rural reform. This is Xiaogang village. The farmers just signed a contract to just do the farmer work for themselves, not for groups anymore. Okay, 1980, the first joint venture. The foreign companies can just invest in China. This is the first time. The Beijing. 1980, this is Shenzhen Special Economic Zone. And nowadays everyone knows Shenzhen. But at that time, it's only a very small village in southern China. Okay, and this is very interesting. 1980, business license for the first individual business. Wenzhou, everyone nowadays maybe know Wenzhou, very rich city, and the people come from Wenzhou. They are very good at business. And before that, it is illegal for individuals to do business by themselves. And that is the first time for people to do the business individually legal. 1984. This is the first stop in Shanghai. And now in recent years, and now this year that China's stock market is not that good, and there are very high risks nowadays, and everything began at that time. This is 1987, the first auction of land. And nowadays, everyone knows that the price of household in China is very expensive. And the beginning is 1987. This is Shenzhen, first auction of land. Okay, 1987, the first KFC in Beijing. And then nowadays, everyone knows that KFC and McDonald's in China nowadays is not belong to the foreign investors anymore, because China had already buy all the shares. but the taste is changed. Nowadays, the taste of KFC and McDonald's in China, it tastes like Chinese. Okay, this is 1990. The first stock exchange set up. 2001. Formal accession to the WTO. That is a very, very important turn point of China, because we just go to the world website, and nowadays maybe USA will get out of WTO. We get in and they get out. And we never stop reform and opening up. This is 2013, the first free trade test area in Shanghai. And this is another aspect of One Belt, One Road. Okay, this is Zhou, the first national large data comprehensive test area. And you know that nowadays the reform have reached eastern of China, which is very near to Laos and Thailand. Zhou, yeah. And this is Xiong'an. This is the place of the future of China. The first batch of enterprises in Xiong'an, New Year. And nowadays, everyone knows capital of China is Beijing. And nowadays, our non-capital functions of Beijing will just go into Xiong'an. That will be our second capital in the future. Okay, this is our history turn point of China. And we will see that what is the path of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Everyone say that Chinese road or Chinese development road. And what is the real meaning of the path of socialism with Chinese characteristics? President Xi Jinping has concluded that the path of socialism with Chinese characteristics will include 14 aspects. The first is ensuring party in leadership over all work. The party means Communist Party of China. The party exercises overall leadership over all areas of endeavor in every part of the country. This is the first meaning of our Chinese road. Second, committing to a people-centered approach. That means people are the creator of history. They are the foundation force that determine our party and the country's future. We must do the work for people. People will decide what is good and what is wrong. This is second meaning of the Chinese road. The third is continuing to comprehensively deepen reform. We will change forever. We will reform forever. Have the determination to get rid of outdated thinking and ideas that all institutions ailments, and to break through the blockade of vested interests. No one can get interest forever. We will change forever. Okay, this is the fourth. Adopting a new vision for development. That including 4 things. Innovative. The first, innovative. Second, coordinated. Okay. Third, green. we must environmental friendship. And the fourth is open development that is for everyone, share our interest. Fourth, that is seeing that people run the country. That included system of people's congresses, system of party-led multi-party cooperation, and political consulting, the system of regional ethnic autonomy, and the system of community-level self-governance. The sixth is ensuring every dimension of governance is law-based governance, law-based exercise of state power, law-based government administration, and promote the rule of law for country, the government, and the society. The seventh is upholding core socialist values. We have 12 core socialist values: prosperity, democracy, civility, harmony, freedom, equality, justice, the rule of law, patriotism, dedication, integrity, and friendship. That is 12 core socialist values. Eighth, that ensuring and improving living standards through development. The meaning is we must take care of the well-being of the people, and we must strengthen areas of weakness and promote social fairness and justice. The ninth, ensuring harmony between human and nature. That is, we must have a green development. The 10th is pursuing a holistic approach to national security. We will anti-terrorist forever, and we must get people be safe. The 11th, upholding absolute party leadership over the people's armed force. Military must obey party. The 12th is upholding the principle of one country, two systems, and promoting national reunification. This is related to Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. The 13th, promoting the building of community with a shared future of mankind. This is very new, and this is the new ideas of President Xi Jinping for special things. That is, community with a shared future of mankind. We must keep our path of peaceful development and continue to pursue mutual beneficial strategy of opening up. We share with our friend countries. The last one is exercising full and rigorous governance over the party. And you see that the 14th rules, the first one and the last one is related to the party. And so the key to the success of China's role in Communist Party of China is Communist Party of China. China's role is different from Western model, and it is short of president. It is necessary to cross the river with stone. Everyone. Cross the river with stone is a very dangerous thing, not easy to do, which makes Chinese road exploration face many dangers and pay heavy prices. The Cultural Revolution in 1970s, the transition from the planned economy to the market economy in the 1980s and the 1990s, the present reflection of the development of GDP doctrine. China nowadays, we just pay very high price to green development. And China is exploring the corrected path of development in the process of correcting errors. In the process of correcting mistakes, China can firmly move from one victory to another. The achievement of miracle development, the key is the leadership of Communist Party of China. As President Xi Jinping said, It makes clear that defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics is the leadership of Communist Party of China. The greatest strength of system of socialism with Chinese characteristics is the leadership of Communist Party of China. How China can be so okay? This is the in the process of East Asian modernization. Many political parties and leaders have made important achievements on the road of independent development. However, if they lack of the ability of self-reform, self-development, and self-correction, they will inevitably withdraw from the stage of history. Suharto in Indonesia and UNO in Malaysia was the case. The last one is how Communist Party of China can be so strong and can lead China to achieve our miracle achievement. This is the 8 rules of Communist Party of China. The first is putting the party's political building first. Ensure the whole party obeys the central committee and uphold its authority and centralized, unified leadership. The second, arming the whole party with the sort of socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new year. The third, training a continent of competition and professional officials. The fourth, strengthen primary level party organization. This is very, very, very important. The fifth, working ceaselessly to improve party conduct and enforce party discipline. 6, ensuring sweeping victory in the fighting against corruption. Anti-corruption is very important. The 7th, improving party and state oversight system. 8, strengthen every dimension of our ability of governance. So you can see that the most important thing is anti-corruption and make people to share our development. This is the experience of China's role. Thank you very much.